Welcome to the Joshua Jordan Experience. Listen to gather mystical insights for an extraordinary life. Hello, my beloved friends. Welcome once again to the Joshua Jordan Experience. I'm so glad you're here. I think in a recent video, you saw me with my cap on. And as you can see, I am quite bald and my skull gets cold once in a while. So I often wear a hat to keep my head warm. Now you see the real me. And I understand that I need to talk more about who I am. People need to get to know me a bit. I recognize also in videos, sometimes Joshua will speak about me and my behavior. And all of it's true. He's not misleading you. I do own who I am and my whole self. So I don't feel shame and I don't feel guilt over perhaps having a little temper tantrum or feeling out of sorts and not wanting to talk to people. As a matter of fact, I am very reclusive in my behavior. The hermit is a good definition of who I am when I'm in my home environment. I can go into my home and stay there for very long periods of time without going out and seeing another person. And I don't even have an animal companion at this time. And so I am quite alone. I don't talk to myself out loud very often, but occasionally I do. And I can own that also without any shame or any guilt. I like my solitude. I have spent a lot of time in quiet with Joshua. You see, even when I am by myself, I am never alone. I don't ever feel alone. I was in my 40s before I ever really began to understand what is loneliness and how do people experience loneliness. Because during my lifetime, I had not been lonely until I was in my 40s, mid 40s, late 40s. I finally spent enough time by myself. I started to think I was lonely. So I experienced that. It went on for a short period of time because the truth is, I really am never alone. Joshua is always here. Once I had a dream. I was at this party, and I'm not really a very social animal. So when I'm at parties, I often do back off and find a corner to hide in and, stare at a plant for a long period of time because and I also put out this vibe, don't, that I'm unapproachable. Don't come and talk to me because I really don't want to be with people. And it's really odd because I love speaking to groups. I love addressing large and small groups of people. And yet I don't like to socialize. I don't like small talk. It bores me to no end. So when I'm by myself, there's no small talk. Joshua and I spend a lot of time talking about things that I find interesting and important. We don't talk about the weather. So I had this dream. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you about the dream. I was at this party. And of course, being in a party, I find my way out. And I had stepped out of the home environment and I was on a patio. And I was standing out there and I was still just feeling overwhelmed by people. And so in the dream, I crouched down, way down, and I launched. I was able to jump and it launched me into the air. And I was probably 1,000 feet or more in the air. And I could look down upon the earth. And it looked so peaceful from that distance. And maybe I was 10,000 feet in the air. I don't know. But I've been in situations where I've looked down on the earth from a private plane. So I know what it looks like from lower altitudes. Anyway, and in this dream, when I got there, that space where I was just looking down upon the earth, I thought to myself, finally, I am alone. And immediately Joshua said, You are never alone. It's like, okay. And so the truth even came through in this dream that I cannot escape being one with all that is. And I am a human, and I do need to interact with humans. I have a very small circle of friends that are precious to me. And they are very loyal and helpful, kind people. And I have family that I see, but not as often as I ought to, let's say. But you see, I don't allow myself to feel pressured by obligation. There was a time when I would do what I felt obligated to do. I'm a responsible person. I'm a Capricorn, right? So I think I have a lot of responsibility. So I would take care of people in a way that felt like I was fulfilling my obligation to family rather than seeing them out of love or desire to see them. It was an obligation. I have to see my family. Mm. And I don't see my friends very often. Like I said, in my home environment, I am reclusive. I love my solitude. And through my solitude, as a student of Joshua for more than 40 years, I have mastered the subject of oneness wisdom from Joshua's point of view, which he has written about in the seventh major understanding. Also, hey, I want to announce that we've got some wonderful things planned for you coming up. I will be doing a series of conversations with a man that is spiritually aware, energetic. He's a mindset coach. He's just a beautiful human being with great ideas to share and a wonderful, wonderful sense of humor. And maybe he'll even bring out a couple of his characters. He does characters on his videos, and some of them are quite entertaining and very clever. So we'll be doing a series of conversations where we share with you spiritual subjects that we just knock around, kick around, talk about. And these conversations are going to be very casual, not formal. It's not like he's interviewing me or I'm interviewing him. It's like Jordan and his buddy Brett D. Scott are sitting down and talking about what they think is interesting, spiritual and general life information, perhaps mindset information. So a whole lot might come out during this series, but I'm looking forward to recording with Brett, and we'll share with you what occurs during our conversations. He and I have had many good conversations, deep conversations, and yet I met him originally, hired him as my mindset coach. And knowing that I need a coach and admitting it, I also do that without shame or without guilt. We all need mentors. We all need someone to help us stay on track. And because I am so reclusive and I stay in my private environment so much, I have not been out speaking to groups in a very long time. And so this mindset coach and I were getting me back into the idea that speaking to groups is really something I love doing and I want to do it. And yet now I am at an age where travel is not as easy for me and I don't desire it. So doing these videos is my way of sharing Joshua with you. However, I will confess, and I know this deeply, that being in the presence of Joshua is very different than what you were getting on video. His energy essence is very distinctive. And when he is near me and others, you will feel two things. One, love. Joshua loves you more than I can tell you. Beyond words, Joshua loves you. And you will also feel forgiveness. And I find that interesting. And I asked Joshua, why? Why is it you emanate this love and forgiveness? And he told me that when he's in a group setting, he senses the energy of the group always. And what he senses within the people is there is a heaviness about guilt, about feeling guilty, about judging ourselves harshly for being humans, for being whole, for not being deities and divine and perfect. There's a whole lot of self incrimination, self critique. We're often critical of ourselves. We compare ourselves to other people and then judge that we're not good enough. So, in Joshua's energy, when you are with him, you will feel loved and you will have this deep sense of total forgiveness. And what does that do for us? It brings us peace, peace of mind, peace of heart. So when you're in Joshua's presence, it's very different than what I can share with you through video of Joshua's being. His presence is love, his message is peace, and his vibration around you is forgive, forgive, forgive. Forgive yourself and forgive others. And the more you do this, the more peace you'll feel. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring Joshua through to the best of my ability to share with you today. Hello, beloved one. It is my honor and my joy to be speaking to you now. And I have intentionally opened Jordan's eyes, for through the eyes your soul speaks. And when I am with you in person, I do not open Jordan's eyes at all. And yet your soul speaks to me. Your source, your entity speaks to me. And I know more of who you are on that level, soul and source. And yet, I want to get to know you when I speak to you in a group setting, when humans are present, and I can wrap my energy all around the group, no matter what size the group. I am able to immerse myself with you and be with you and share with you the love I have to give. This is a love that is unconditional. There are absolutely no conditions under which Joshua does not love you. There are absolutely no conditions under which you can upset Joshua so much that I will walk away from you, abandon you. Believe me, Jordan has tried to walk away from me. There was a time in his life, after years and years of us working together, when he went through rehabilitation to stop taking drugs, particularly cannabis products. And he got off of the products and thought perhaps all of this channeling and spiritual awareness and so forth was all the drugs. It was about the drugs. And so he thought, I must cast it all aside. I will not speak to or through or for Joshua, and I will not engage in psychic whatever. And he took about, I would say, 6 months deeply into that, if I'm estimating your earth time well. And then he started saying, if it's real, it will come back to me. There I was. I had never left him. I was always there, patiently waiting for him to open the channel once again and say, Joshua, speak to me. And I am the same with you. When you call upon me, I am always there. Open the channel and you will hear my voice. And if your clairaudience isn't like Jordan's and you don't hear me well, you will feel me present and I will give you information in a way that you can interpret that, oh, I may not have originated that thought and yet it came to me. And that is how I work with you. I also appear to you in your dreams. And sometimes I appear as other characters to you in your dreams. And I also speak to you in other dimensions that you are less conscious of right now. So the more you call upon me, the more you will get to know my voice, my energy, my gifts for you. You know, there was a time when Jordan was recording his dreams, and this is before he ever became an open channel. And he was having these dreams about the man in the blue van. The man in the blue van was Joshua. The blue represents my energy light. I generally come through the blue ray of light, which comes to your communication centers. And around my blueness, I have a silver corona. The silver is my shield. I am a warrior and I need a shield. Not everybody loves Joshua like you do. So I have another phase and another energy from which I come through to Jordan, and that is Jeshua. I am known as Jeshua. Jeshua has a emerald green light energy. Green is the heart chakra, and I come through as crystal clear, emerald green energy as Jeshua. And Jeshua has a gold corona around this emerald green light. As Jeshua is a teacher and walks among the angels, although Jeshua is not an angel, when I shift into my wholeness and share my angel energy, I am Archangel Emmanuel. Emmanuel, wherever I am with you, God is present. Emmanuel, meaning God is present. That is the very purpose of the Archangel Emmanuel, to bring God present with you, to you, for you. In a moment, you might need that energy, that power, and that wisdom. As an angel, as an archangel, I am a messenger, and yet I do not spend time in channeling when I am Emmanuel. So I come to Jordan as Joshua and Jeshua, Joshua and Jeshua. Even in Joshua, I express more of my male energy, although I know I am also feminine energy. I am Jeshua. And as Jeshua, I can be very gentle, very soft, receptive. As Joshua, I am productive, energetic, and powerful. And I use my shield as needed. I am a warrior, and as a warrior, I am the protector of the innocent. Who is innocent? That is for me to judge. When a innocent being is entertaining the thoughts of perhaps demons existing or devils existing, I am there and I will protect you, because these energies can be conjured up and called upon. Be cautious what you think about, how you dwell, what you dwell on. And I will always protect those I judge to be innocent. That is my role as a warrior. So I have shared more of myself with you. Jordan talked today more about himself. And our future conversations coming up with a wonderful man who is also a part of Joshua. His name is Brett, and he is coming into his full understanding of being a part of Joshua family. Yes. And you too are a part of Joshua's family. And that is why I say to you, call upon me anytime. I will answer you. This is my promise. I love you and I bid you good day. Mm, mm. I have decided today to let you see me coming back from the channeling level I was at, the open channel I had with Joshua, so you can see me return. You know, sometimes on video, when I say I'm going to bring Joshua through to you to the best of my ability, sometimes I sit in silence, long pauses, opening the channel and just clearing myself out to the best of my ability. And sometimes that takes energy, takes a little time and focus for me to remove myself enough to be clear channel for Joshua. Other times, Joshua just wants to speak with me, through me in chorus, because he knows I understand the seventh major understanding. I live oneness to the best of my ability. And so we speak as chorus sometimes, and therefore the pause is not as long to bring him through. Now, there are times when I have been in groups and I am speaking, and somebody will ask Joshua a question, and he will respond immediately without any pause. And I like how that works, and I would love to be in that environment once again, where people can just ask Joshua a question, even though Jordan is present, and Joshua will answer you. I hear his voice. I know what he wants to say. I say what he wants to say. There are times when I'm just listening to Joshua and saying his words, and they come through as Jordan speaking, but it is Joshua's wisdom always. So now I will say, I hope wherever you are, you're having a great now. Until next time, bye. Thank you for listening. We hope you heard something to ponder and gained inspiration for your journey. Please join us again next time. Joshua says, let the light grow, let love show, and let your life be fun.